here we go. Exactly 1 minute left until episode 152 of Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box. Yeah.
I mean, you act like we don't have a whole fucking 45-second theme song to go through.
Well, the theme song is the quarry into the episode and the Jiffy Pop and Jello Pop.
Are you over here trying to be Bill Cosby?
Yeah, I'm trying not to have a stroke, man.
Well, you sounded like a cross between Pauly Shore and I don't know who.
I've never met. I don't know who.
I'm trying to think.
Think of dying here, man.
Yeah, there was that one, and there was something else too.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to talk some shop? The Boss in the Box. Talking shop with 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 the Boss in the Box.
Papa looks so pissed he missed that question. By the way, Matt, well, let us get our faces on screen first.
What's up, my dude?
What's going on, bro? Okay, first and foremost, before we even start with any introductions, Madam J, congratulations. I also put in for a couple new jobs. I'm waiting to hear back on them.
Oh, Madam J got a new job? Ooh, yeah.
A new position within the company.
That's awesome, though. Hopefully it means more money and less work.
Hopefully. That's what I would hope for her. Because she doesn't get paid enough and she works too fucking much.
She does work too fucking much. So much, indeed, that we never get to see her pretty face anywhere in public anymore.
See, I'm hoping maybe that'll change both April 30th at Taco Fest and potentially May 7th at Wednesday 13. By the way, before we get rolling any further, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 152 of Talking Shop with the Boss in the Box. I am just but one half of your handsome, humble, heavyweight co-host duo. That is the Lunchbox. One word, capital L, capital B. Thank you very much. Joined, as always, by my contentious, cantankerous captain of clarity, kills, and calamity, chlamydia,
and congestion.
And the clap.
And congestion, man. I'm fucking congestion.
And tonight, congestion. Brandon the Boss Blacker. How you doing tonight, my brother?
Other than these goddamn allergies or cold, and ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, there are other illnesses out there other than COVID. So people still do catch the cold and various other things. So I think I may have one of those, but I don't have COVID.
I understand that, Madam J, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to Splash at April 23rd in Modesto for the Be Our Guest Bungalow Bunnies Disney dinner. But you all should make it there even if I'm not going to. By the way, congratulations, Jordan, on you and your folks' new house. That's badass. Mike Vanek, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everybody who's in here.
Yeah. We're going to talk some wrestlers tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, Mr. Lunchbox, how are you, since you were so nice to ask me how I was?
I can't complain. Like, just the usual work and whatnot, getting ready for these next couple big weeks. As already stated, got Taco Fest in Modesto on the 30th. Got Blacklist Pro Wrestling in Dinuba on the 1st. And then the following weekend, I will be playing with Wednesday 13 alongside my manic brethren in Nothing But Losers. Tickets on sale right now, $21 a piece. I got them. You can Venmo, PayPal, Facebook pay me, meet me in person. All pictures come with a free titty picture of the loser of your choice.
Hey, man. Also, I got to echo your sentiments as well. I may or may not be at Taco Fest because I'm trying to get the powers that be at CWA to tell me if I have something to do that day. So I'm still waiting for the bosses of the hour to give me a position, but otherwise I will be in Sacramento at the Goldfield Trading Post performing on stage with Suburban Paranoia with power metal, what a vintage video game power metal band, Power Glove, who is just absolutely incredible. If you love Nintendo games, Sega games, Saturday morning cartoons, they do power metal versions of that, so we're playing with them in Sacramento on May 1st. And on May 7th, I will see you guys at CWA. So,
Oh, son of a oh, there it goes.
yeah, you fucked up again.
Sorry, I turned the light down because I had a lot of glare on my face.
And you normally don't have glare on your face?
Not like that. Like I was glowing more than usual. I was almost angelic. Speaking of angelic, also in addition to this show, you guys may know that I do a podcast with our brother Mike Vanek called Raiding the Vault with Vanek and Lunchbox, where we dig out all of our old favorite local bands and vintage music. And this Thursday, we're doing a theme which is, which local bands would you come out to as entrance music? The bonus, just confirmed not 20 minutes ago, we will be joined by the one and only Nick Souza of Hatrians.
Nice. Very cool.
Which I'm going to rope him for a new song for that music episode we got in 2 weeks.
So why don't you tell them what you came out to over at Blacklist, Mr. Host of Blacklist? What song did you come out to?
I chose Death by Stereo by Life Jacket because I felt it totally encompassed who I am. It's a very jolly, upbeat song that has dark lyrics about controlling your mind through media, which is what your old buddy Lunchbox does constantly.
Yeah. And I too have chosen a theme song, which I had an original one. You kind of told me like, not really your thing, and it took me some thinking, and I believe you were right. I was gonna choose "Payback" by Flaw. We both love Flaw, but it's not the song for me. So I chose "Wild Eyes" by Parkway Drive, and that's such a sick song. I love the intro. I love the woes. Any song with like a woes in it just gives me a big massive boner. I don't know why.
Well, and Parkway Drive's good for that.
Yeah.
Like in general, Parkway Drive are great for sing-songy stuff. No, I'm glad you went to the drawing board on that, thought about it. One of the reasons I said I didn't think Payback worked for you is I could not tell you how many wrestlers I have seen come out to Payback at indie shows.
No shit.
No shit, dude. New metal in general is kind of heavily used by wrestlers.
I mean, if I really want to annoy the shit out of people, I'll come out to like Limp Bizkit or something.
That you know what, that would have been more fitting. that would have been more fitting because of your intense fanhood of Limp Bizkit and your love of annoying people.
Mike Vanek, I don't know if you want to save this for your episode or not. Mike Vanek, what would you come out to?
Well, I mean, this is just one shot. You know, another thing too, me and Vanek haven't got stoned enough and discussed. Are we just talking about us? Or are we talking about, what would, if we were to pick local music, what would like, say, fucking Stone Cold come out to, if it wasn't, the Glass Break? Because I hated the Disturbed version.
Oh, God. I'm with you on that one. It was...
You know what? It was cool at first. And then I was like, all right, this is dumb. It's not supposed to have words.
No. And just whenever David Draymond's voice came in, it just completely upset the whole song. 100%.
There's not supposed to be lyrics.
Yeah.
Just period. Like, it wouldn't have mattered who sang it. There's not supposed to be lyrics. He didn't sound bad. The chorus actually was very fitting. But...
Okay, Vanek says Straight to Hell by the Shambles. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
I love it.
Did you know, I don't know if they actually used it on TV, but did you know the same band that does Cody Rhodes' theme song did one for Seth Rollins?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever used it on the air, but it sounds really freaking cool. Like, I'll link it to you after the podcast. But I was like, dude, like, I don't know if they used it, but if they didn't, I don't know why they have it, because it's really fucking cool. But anyways, we're not about theme songs, but go check out Raiding the Vault or Raiding the Cave or Raiding the Butthole, whatever whatever you guys.
The Vault. Rating the Vault.
Rating the
with Vanek and Lunchbox.
Rating the balls with Vanek and Lunchbox.
Vault. I make sure he gets our show name correct. It shows you proper respect on that show. You will do the same for him.
Oh, Volt.
Or I'll cane you.
Oh, Volt. Okay, sorry. Okay, anyways.
Vault. Like vaulting. Like I'm going to vault upside your head with my foot.
Madam J always busted my balls. Disturbed. Vengeful One. Would have to be Run for Your Lives by Suburban Paranoia, mainly for the humorous visual of Brandon sucking air afterwards. Yes. Well, if I wasn't playing drums and running a mile a minute while trying to sing that song, it would be a hell of a lot different. So, but yeah. But that's cool though. Disturbed Vengeful One, that's a good song. Like
that is actually one of our Wrestler Tonight's song.
Ah, okay. So, with that being said, should we jump into what we're talking? Oh, by the way, what are you drinking tonight?
I just popped open for the first time Henhouse Brewing Co.'s Grain Bravey. It is a double IPA with Simcoe, Amarillo, and I lost the other hops on it, but it's definitely a double IPA, man. It's fucking definitely got that bitter fucking danky whip kick.
So what I have is something I haven't drank in literal actual years. This is Jägermeister.
Oh, wow.
And I have no chaser, so this is going to be fun.
This could definitely get interesting. So, all right.
And by the way, let me elaborate on this. So the only reason I have Jägermeister is because I do this side app stuff called TaskRabbit, and help somebody move. And as I got done helping them move on the second day, they're like, "Hey, we got a bunch of this liquor. Do you want some?" And I was like, "I'm not going to say no to liquor. So even if I don't drink it, I'm going to find an occasion for it." So they gave me a Jack Daniels bottle, which is like a 64-ounce bottle, I think it was. Like a big giant one.
Handle of Jack?
A handle of Jack. This giant thing of Jaeger. They also gave me like some experiment box wine called Buttery Chardonnay.
Okay, I've actually seen that in the stores. By the way, Mike Vanek, shut the fuck up. You drink hams. You drink PBR. I don't want to hear you talking about Brandon's vintage liquor. All right.
Thank you, Box. So,
got your back.
So, as I take a drink of this, sometimes it helps to, help people move. So, cheers to everybody out there on a Monday night.
So, 10 wrestlers that you might not know that we think you should. Brandon and I scoured. Some of these wrestlers you're going to see we work with. Some of them we have not had the pleasure of working with yet. And some are just wrestlers that we know, that we have had the pleasure of seeing in person and are just enthralled with. And we feel like you, as wrestling fans or even fans of personalities, because I know Madam J is not technically a wrestling fan, even though if she ever comes to Blacklist, she's going to be front and center wearing Papa Wesco gear, and you know it.
You know what we have to do? We have to get Madam J up in the booth. We got to get her talking in the booth with us.
She needs to get educated on wrestling first.
That's no. We just need her side comments. That is all we need. So let's work on that. Let's figure that out.
All right, we're taking her to CWA though because I'm the supervisor in the commentary booth in Blacklist, and I'm not getting blamed for that.
Madam J says, "Hell to the god no, goddamn no."
Hell to the goddamn no. I'm sorry, my fucking Kiwi sucks.
I wasn't even gonna try. But okay, like you said, wrestlers that have been very established, that have been doing this for years and years and years, that you see on YouTube, that you see at your indie show, that might have popped up on national TV once or twice in a supporting role or whatever. But these are wrestlers who are not on WWE, not in AEW, not on Impact or otherwise. So,
or at least currently.
And hopefully, they make the big leagues. I'm sorry, that's a bad term. They make the big company, I should say.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Plus, you know, there's only one big leaguer, but we covered him last time.
Yes, we did. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm getting all sorts of messages. Anyways, they're on to me. Yeah, so we're going to talk about wrestlers, man. Who wants to go first? Do you want to go first?
Would you prefer I go first?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So, I will queue up this person, and you hit him off the tee.
Ladies and gentlemen, my first pick tonight is the one and only Crown Prince of Darkness, the Lord of Darkness, as it were. Destination 6 current champion, the one and only Matthias.
All right, so Matthias right there. He's one with the darkness, and he's pretty damn good in the ring too. So check this out. I have scoured the interwebs for one-on-one matches, and the one thing, like, we know them in person, you know, we know what they can do, but I have found a match, a CWA match between him and Toxic Trent. You want to check this out?
Sure, but hang on. Before we get there, dude, we don't just shotgun shit. We give a little history.
Okay.
Matthias started in the business around 2008, did a lot of managing, and managed Timothy Thatcher for a short time period. He's had the opportunity to work with many, many wrestlers from WWE, WCW, and Impact TNA, including but not limited to the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Chris Masters, Nick Dinsmore, Brian Cage, and the one and only ODB, former two-time CWA Central Valley champion. You know, guy's a stud in the ring, outstanding worker. He has a few dates coming down. He's doing Barstow this coming Saturday. That's April 23rd for Destination 6. He'll be facing Jay Baptiste in one of the main events. You can also catch him at CWA on the 30th at Taco Fest in Modesto with me. CWA on the 7th in Atwater. We have not announced that match yet, so we can't bring that to the table. And honestly, man, just a great dude. Somebody who has been a good friend to me. Someone who shook my hand and has always treated me with the epitome of respect. And I'm more than happy to plug this guy because he's out there busting ass. Matter of fact, I do believe he's also going to be a part of What a Drag coming up on May 28th.
Nice, nice. By the way, before I play the video, do you want sound or you cool with no sound?
I'm okay with no sound.
Okay. Well, in that case, this is some snippets and some run on Toxic Trent versus Matthias.
Right now, let's get back to action. The following contest.
Here we go. By Trent.
Trent looking at him like, who's your father?
Matthias is not only an outstanding wrestler. Am I at this show?
You might be. I think I was
Square
at
enough.
Too.
If you were at the show, I was not because I was more medic than Sonic because I was just coming off loser practice.
That's right.
So if you're there, I'm not.
The toxicity of our city.
I'm trying to see if that's my wife on the side.
Trent.
Nice flip.
Trying to get out of the armbar.
Now Matthias is also a good friend.
Arm drag by Matthias.
Show.
Trent throwing across
Tim
the ring.
Shady Bone Maddox.
People are pretty enthused about that throw.
And they're saying, Matthias saying what? And Trent.
I don't know who the
Wanna
commentator
do a
is,
test
but
of
like one of them
strength
actually kind of
there,
sounds like me a little bit.
Boy, I'm glad this. One of them actually might be your boy that you're working
Kick,
with on May
Trent
7th, Kyle
ties
Newport.
up behind.
Okay.
Not looking
Matthias.
good for Matthias.
Down. And
Irish whip, short clothesline. You can tell these two just weren't overly familiar with each other
into
yet.
the ropes. And
Matthias takes him.
cover.
That was a slick
One,
cradle by our boy
two.
Trent.
You know we love our Toxic Trent.
I see good old Brian McGrew back there in the background.
Matthias covered, 2 count.
I almost thought that
Sweep
was
of the
me, but
legs.
that guy's got glasses and I've only been wearing these a few months.
Matthias.
Toxic to
Now,
the
typically, I would have featured a match that was a
2
little,
counts. Oh, kick.
little more
I think he missed
recent.
it.
This is from about two
Sends Trent to the ring.
years ago, I
Matthias
think.
drops Trent to the ground.
Cover.
But unfortunately, the
Two.
matches I could find were all like 3-way matches and
Matthias
tag team matches.
Seems very haunted by the fact that he lost.
Well, I mean, you could have used the
Those
one from
his
that we called with
title
him tagging with
with
Danica
seconds to go in that
against
scramble match.
BLE.
Back
we didn't.
a day
I
of
don't think that
defiance,
video's
and now-
available yet.
we go.
Even if it is,
Some might
it
say
would be
that's
your
like
your long-winded
dark
version that was
place,
just
yeah.
shot from the table.
Yeah.
Trent is wrapped up.
Good old referee Steve.
They tie up and are we gonna
Referee
get a
Steve
clean
needs to
break?
take a shower.
Yes, Matthias sends
Yeah,
Trent to the
referee
corner.
Steve definitely has that same curse that Daniel
And
Torch does, where he
big-time
smells a little like
clothesline.
pee.
Not
You
good.
better be careful. Daniel
And
Torch was looking
answered
for
by
him last
Trent.
time.
Trent into the
He was
corner.
looking for both of
Going
us,
back,
actually. He wanted to have a
missing,
group discussion
and
with us.
right into that second turnbuckle hard.
Trent just dropped himself.
Cover, 1, 2. 2
All right.
count.
So
Trent has hit rock
Store-
bottom, Jim.
So that's good right there. So a little bit of Matthias right there. Go check him out. That's Mathyas. You can usually find him under Matthias CWA.
And if you're down in Barstow, you can go check him out. Or Fresno, if you're close to that area, why don't you go check him out at Destination 6 this Saturday, taking on Jake Baptiste.
Ah, okay. Jake Baptiste. All right, so wait, why does it always do this to me? Every time I try to open up a browser, it always wants to like mess with me. Okay, so my wrestler I would like to feature is actually pretty surprising that I would feature this person so low or not low. You know what? There's no real order. I'm just throwing them out there. So this person, ladies and gentlemen, is 7 feet tall. And, well, you know what they say. You can't teach that, right? So,
Not in regards to this guy, but
no. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Barcelona, Spain, we have Alex Ace. This guy is a world-traveled athlete. And, you know what, outside of the ring, I'll tell you what, he's one hell of a guy. I might get in trouble for saying that. But, dude, this guy has been everywhere. He's been to Japan. He's been to Spain. He's been to Mexico. He's France. Gosh, just absolutely everywhere. And he's still relatively new. He got his start in 2016 with Riot Wrestling, taking on Jorge Morales. I think that's how you say it.
Morales.
So, one thing I really, really like about Alex Ace is, number one, his social media game is on point. As a wrestler, he's keeping everybody updated on where he's going. He is jet setting. He is flying everywhere. He's driving everywhere. He's always on the road. And dude, for a big man, he can move. And
Absolutely, he's more than just a giant.
he is more than just a giant. And we see a lot of giants. Like, for example, big example, we see how do you hate Omos from WWE? Omos, thank you. We see Omos from WWE, and he is a very big guy, and he is in very good shape for a big guy. But the dude can't move, not really. But you take this guy, Mr. Alex Ace, and this guy can move fluidly in the ring. He can work with anybody, you go to his Instagram. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook, you name it. You can see all his clips. He works with people small, big, large. It doesn't matter. And he always puts on a quality match with everybody.
Well, one of the reasons behind that too is like you said, it's the world-traveled nature of the guy. He has been in front of all of the big crowds in the big venues. In 2018, he debuted at Korakuen Hall for DDT in Japan. Think about that. The number 3 promotion in Japan, he wrestled for them. Wrestled in the King of DDT tournament. Did WWE's Germany tryout in Cologne. Trained with Drew Onyx in Montreal. The guy he is truly that samurai almost. I mean, if you want to call a Spanish a samurai, or a Spaniard rather, would be the proper term. And he has gone the world over like a Ronin. And everywhere he goes, not only is he taking on quality opponents, but he's getting in quality training and just upping his game everywhere. And like you said, couldn't be a nicer guy. as long as you're not the motherfucker standing across the ring from him.
Right. This guy is a 7-foot-tall Goku. He is training everywhere, and he is always training. Some of his finishing moves, he has the Ace KO, which is a fireman's carry cutter with a double choke bomb, and of course a big boot, because if you're a big man, you need a big boot.
Right, if you got size 16s, you better stuff them in somebody's face. Last time, the first time we saw him wrestle in Danuba, and it was rather impressive watching him come out that curtain too, Disturbed's Vengeful one, where you just see him standing with his back to the crowd at 7 feet tall, throwing that diamond symbol up in the air, meaning it's like 18 feet tall. And then it took all 3 collectors to shut him down and get him counted out. Not only that, but then we watched him take on sensational Sean Sims at Strummers. And despite the fact that Sean Sims is once again, another wily veteran who not only uses that bully style and had to adapt against a big guy like Alex Ace still turned around and found a way to put Sean Sims away and pin him in the middle of the ring. Right. He will also be at CCW May 1st in Los Banos. So if you can't go with me to Blacklist Pro Wrestling and you're in the LB area, man, head on over to Parizo Brewery, get some drinks, and you can catch Alex Ace in the Bike Club.
That's right. And I hope Alex Ace puts that Bike Club down.
I don't know if he is wrestling a member of the Bike Club. I just know both Alex Ace and the Bike Club will be there.
All right. So let's see. Where is it? Okay, so the clip we have for Mr. Alex Ace is exactly in Danuba with Harshaw Smith.
Alex Ace has not taken his eyes off Harshaw.
So we're going to go ahead.
Proving why we are the premier wrestling.
Najee looked terrified of this guy, and I'll give it up to Harshaw. He was not scared of this giant whatsoever.
No. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Where's the marker I had? Let's see.
So far, you've just got fucking Will beating up Alex Ace.
There we go. Here we go. I mean, look how big this guy is.
Yeah, Harshaw Smith is not a small gentleman by any stretch of the imagination. He's slightly taller than we are, thick dude, and Alex Ace just makes him look like a mini version of himself. And if you look in the back, you can see me and Brandon at the table there. Right next to Lenny.
Lenny. Oh, I didn't even realize the camera was on the other side.
Yeah, this is Blacklist official camera. This one and the one upstairs, too, that Trent was shooting with.
Yeah. See, Alex Ace is a huge man, and Harshaw Smith is a big man. So you have the two of them, going back and forth. Dude, ooh, big suplex.
Right, you saw that whole venue just shake.
Woo. What's up, Lenny?
Actually, I just said Lenny because, I don't see that he's here, but I was because he's back there next to us taking pictures.
Vanek was saying Leonard, so I want to say Lenny. Okay, so we got a 6 count.
And Najee ain't shit, left his boots at home, primetime Mr. Untouchable Morgan there. Fucking, he was so concerned this whole time. See, and think about that. What easy defense. You try to scoop slam this guy, he just puts his foot back on the mat.
Whoa!
Choke bomb!
My God. That's a whole lot of man to be driving into the middle of the mat.
Oh, this definitely qualifies as big, meaty men slapping meat. Solomon King, friend of the show. What a pleasure to have them here for that show a couple weeks ago.
That was a whole lot of fun. We talked about everything and nothing at the same time.
Shit. Too bad you weren't here in person, Oh! Solomon King took that square to the jaw.
Choke slam! Oh, wow.
And did you see how he just readjusted while holding Najee up with one hand?
Yeah. That's what we're talking about. Big men doing big men stuff. me trying to do my best Jim Ross.
And this is where the shenanigans started, and the collectors used that pack of wolves mentality to go ahead and fell the giant. It took all three of them to take out the busted wheel of Alex Ace. Man, I want to see Alex Ace. Look at him standing. Like, I know the Tugmans are seated, but they're tiny dudes anyway. Like, I wonder how he towers over them. Like, I want to get that picture next time.
Well, do you think we could get the Tugmans to, like, kind of just do a totem pole where you have one on one shoulder and shoulders on the other?
Man, the Tugmans ain't no fun. They won't do it. Even though they did get together and make sure we said to, fuck Trip Rogers on video live from New Japan, so. So, I mean, I guess they get a little bit of fun points. Even though they're banned for taking Mike Rain's side and stealing our CWA belt. That's not what we're here to talk about.
See, it took all three of them to count out Alex Ace, as we're talking about.
Hey! Trip Rogers is here! Wait, I'm sorry. Roger Tripp is here.
All right, so what we just saw, what's up, Tripp, Roger, whoever you are at this very moment?
Well, that's Roger Tripp. His cousin Trip Rogers is never far away.
Oh, kind of like Ezekiel and Elias kind of thing?
More along the lines of Lunchbox and Dave.
All right, well, that match, and just for Mr. Tripp, this was a Jaeger shot.
Yeah, definitely I need to drink when Tripp's here. Because, I mean...
Cheers.
Who the fuck wears BLE gear to an important occasion?
By the way, go to ProWrestlingTees.com and go get your Trip Rogers gear or your BLE gear.
Yep. Yeah, you could be better than Trip Rogers forever. You might have to make some slight modifications like I did and get some pink duct tape and put the 4 right before ever. But if you do that, you can also be better than Trip Rogers forever.
All right, my friend, tell me about your next wrestler.
Well, I decided I was going to go ahead and go to the ranks of tag teams. I don't feel like there are enough great tag teams out there. And Brandon, this next tag team is just too fresh. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. My pick is the world's freshest tag team, the one and only Alpha Zoe, alongside D-Dre Fresh. World's freshest tag team. Ain't nobody dope like them because they're just so fresh and clean. Man, you want to talk tag team fluidity. The control over an audience unlike any other tag team in Northern California today. And a run of gold, a run of dominance filled with gold. We might as well call these guys the gold miners because they are former CWA tag team champions, former UGWA tag team champions, former 2-time East Bay tag team champions, and the current longest reigning PLA tag team champions. These guys embody tag team wrestling, cutting the ring off, utilizing each other as weapons, utilizing their opponents as springboards to jump into their other opponents, and all the while entertaining the crowd. Trained at East Bay Pro Wrestling with Rick Luxury.
That's where I've seen him.
Vinny Massaro, Reggie Bright, Anton Voorhees, and Jason Styles all have their hands on these guys as far as who they've worked with. It's incredible to see what they do. And Alpha Zoe recently claimed his first piece of singles gold when he pinned Sean Sims to become the Action Coast Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, and just Saturday night made his first defense against Journey Fatu.
Wow. All right. I'll be honest, the research you have done is absolutely trumped mine, so that's awesome. Good shit.
Brandon, I am first and foremost a journalist.
Okay.
And that is what makes this job so fun to me, is not only seeing these guys, I've called several of their matches, outstanding gentlemen, outstanding workers, and they've always been so grateful for my insight and appreciation of them. I was there in person when Zoe pinned Sean Sims. I was the first one to post the picture of him on his knees staring at the belt to his timeline with a congratulations champ, and made all the better by the fact that he won his first singles gold on his mama's birthday.
Oh man, okay. Was this the match that Sean Sims got injured in?
No,
Okay.
no, this was a few months ago.
All right, well, congratulations to him. So what we have for the world's freshest tag team is a brief but spectacular highlight reel. Let's check this out.
I just don't feel there are enough pure babyface tag. Look at the way they get these crowd's arms moving. They get the kids all up in it, all the moms and dads. And now one could say that Dre is the speed. Look at that missile drop kick, dude, square to his chin. One could say that Dre is the speed, and that, oh, look, it's your boy Devin Danger. And that Zoe's the power. That's not specifically true. They may have stronger attributes on either side. But man, I watched Dre squatting 190 pounds and then jumping onto the plyometrics platform of the highest level while squatting that weight. The dude's an animal.
Speaking of which, shout out to Alonzo Sip in the chat. What's up, man?
What's up, Alpha? Congratulations on your first title defense, bro. And many more.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you were loving that because you're just watching the Bike Club get beat up.
Yeah, it feels good.
Brandon, we're supposed to be talking here.
I'm just
And there was friend of the show, Grizzly Cal Jack.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm enjoying the matches. I'm enjoying the moves. There's a lot of cool stuff going on here. But yeah, I definitely do have to say I'm enjoying the Bike Club specifically. You know, kind of getting beat up in these clips. I would like to invite the world's freshest tag team to come on out to CWA or Blacklist Pro Wrestling and put a bite to the Bike Club once again.
Dude, that jumping European uppercut. Oh wow, look, Sean Sims with hair. And we appreciate you too, Zoe. I appreciate you being willing to help make sure my research was correct and also just be a part of this show and let us feature you guys, man. It's an honor to have such a great tag team to talk about. It's an honor to talk about all these wrestlers, man. This isn't just my favorite form of entertainment. A lot of these are just good dudes out there putting in the work, just like the musicians we've been working with for 20 years, man.
Yeah. I gotta say, in some of these clips, they're taking on Marcus Erics. Like, what is that like, taking on that spiky hair? That's gotta be one hell of a risk upon itself.
Right? Is that registered as a weapon? Does that count as a foreign object? Oh my God, right through that chair.
Whoa, yeah, I like that. That was cool.
Oh, Judas caught the business into that.
Was that like a spinning Michinoku driver kind of thing? What's up, Francisco?
Boom! Double choke slam on the Grizzly.
So yeah, there's Marcus Erics with the hair.
Double step up enziguri. And look at the fluidity of that. Like, they both hit their enziguris and they immediately were on the other guy. Like, just outstanding tag team wrestling. Look at that!
That's so smooth.
That was a 4-shot combo.
You can tell this is a tag team that likes to communicate.
Bam! If you didn't catch that, there's booking info right there. If you're a promoter...
Trip says he's taken that from Zoe and he got the pin.
I can see why, man. That's probably not comfortable on the neck, especially on an old man like you.
All right, so my next pick. So go check out the world's freshest tag team. These guys are pretty damn tight. So, ladies and gentlemen, my next pick. Wait, where is it? Is somebody I actually could not find a lot of information about. Could not find any past or present videos per se. But we have witnessed him on a couple different occasions kicking ass in the most explosive of fashions. The videos that I did see, he used to be known as AJ Cruz. He had a different type of haircut. He didn't wear a shirt. He looked like just a real plucky baby, lucha kind of baby face. But now he came back as Muggsy Cruz with a whole new attitude, a whole smash face attitude. And man, this guy is a whole hell of a lot of fun to watch. This guy right here.
The intensity personified. Now, I don't know if you could tell that. Muggsy Cruz is probably shorter than Brandon and I. He is not a tall man. He makes up for that. He is definitely the model for the saying that dynamite comes in small packages. Let me tell you a little bit about Muggsy Cruz. He is an Army veteran who got to live out his dream. He does not like to talk about his trainers because he has decided to step out on his own and not align himself with anybody. He is a one-man band. That being said, he is a former tag team stablemate of our friend of the show, Najee Ain't Shit Morgan. He trained under Sencal Pro Wrestling to become their first and only graduate. He is a two-time Five Cities champion. In his second match ever, he was in the Young Lions tournament for Gold Rush. In that match against, that match itself was against AEW's Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa. He's lived the dream by having matches against Psychosis and Zicky Dice, who he grew up with. That might explain a lot of his athleticism and wrestling tendencies. He drove all the way to Georgia to attend the Nightmare Factory Camp just to be told that he is too small and should go home after 2 weeks. He's out here trying to live his dream, has wrestled in Vendetta Pro, Sencal Pro, Wrestling for Charity, UGWA, UEW, Maverick Pro, Best of the West, Gold Rush, Cactus League Wrestling in Arizona. Will be making his CWA debut on May 7th, but we will be seeing him next on May 1st at Blacklist Pro Wrestling in Dinuba.
My goodness. And where did you find that information? I have looked everywhere and I could not find any of that shit.
Did you talk to the man?
I
did.
Okay, fair enough. So check it out. Muggsy Cruz. The best video I was personally able to find was just some highlights from the last Blacklist Pro Wrestling show in Dinuba.
His debut
in a triple threat match. And this was pretty damn cool. Let's check this out.
Now, also bear in mind, Muggsy Cruz was given no favors for his debut because he was in a triple threat with Toxic Trent and Najee Morgan, two of the most experienced pro wrestlers in Blacklist. That also being said, this turned brutal. Where there were Legos brought out, it just became a barn burner brawl.
Legos!
Facebuster to poor Toxic Trent. See, and I couldn't believe that referee was taking away the cane. It's an referee Javi causing mischief like he does. But we'll feature Javi one of these days on our Rookies edition.
There we go.
Bang! And his eyes glaze over, and the 1, 2, 3. Now, that also being said, after that, as you guys know at Blacklist Pro Wrestling, we are on hot mics. And I made the statement that this was an incredible debut. His response was to look right at me and yell from the ring, "That was the best debut." I nodded in agreement, and he told me, say it, or he was coming to the table. After already seeing Brandon getting beat up by the Bike Club, I wasn't risking it. Next go-round, Muggsy Cruz was in a tag match where he was saddled with terrific Tim Kelly last minute against the Warriors of the Wasteland in Tuco Montez and Toxic Trent, and once again pinned Trent for the win with that same maneuver. The man's 2-0 in Blacklist.
Yeah, they made that work. Him and Terrific Timmy made that work, man. Yeah.
He was pissed too. He's like, that's not who agreed to tag with me.
No. But hey, it was one hell of a match as well. I gotta go into my archives and find the video, see if the video turned out, because I haven't actually gotten a chance to look at it yet. But dude, your next pick is something real special.
Yes. Are we moving on into the holy realm?
More of a punk rock realm.
Actually, no, that is the holy realm, Brandon, because this wrestler is a world-traveled and ultra-experienced badass. This world-traveled warrior has wrestled in GCW, Impact, a former Pro Wrestling Revolution world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about your patron saint of filth, the one and only Christina Von Eerie.
That's right. She, in the clip that we're going to show you, this is a chick that I would not want to mess with. Ever.
Ultra violent to the core. And like I said, Pro Wrestling Revolution world champion, Best of the West women's champion, recently is next in line for a title shot to regain that title after pinning good friend of the show Danica Bloodwin. Also, she won the Action Coast Pro Wrestling Ace Cup the other night by defeating Trip Rogers and Deidre Fresh, and I forget who else was in the match, but they're not a friend of the show, so it doesn't matter. And the clip we are about to show you is from 2013 in CZW.
Oh, wow.
Believe me when I say world traveled.
Check this out. So let me get my time mark here. Where was it? See, okay, wherever. I literally have in my notes time mark for the video wherever. Okay, here we go.
Hey, I was gonna say move the picture aside. Someone said they were gonna see me. I think they're gonna beat me up.
Oh, wow. The heavy hands of the world champion just caving in her chest. God.
CZW champion Masada. One of the most violent men. The ultra-violent beast.
We didn't see if she got sliced by the barbed wire. But right under her armpits. Yeah.
With over 100-pound weight advantage. And Christina Von Eerie finds a way to put the business to him.
Oh, no.
Including using that.
Christina Von Eerie's weapon of choice. A barbed wire baseball bat.
Putting in work with the barbed wire.
Carve up that shoulder. That shoulder has taken a beating over the last year. We saw it first ripped open in a gusset plates match.
Yeah, Christina Von Eerie feels
I gotta say how cool it is having a busted open face with a mohawk.
I mean, if she wanted Masada's attention,
Oh, it gets worse. It gets so much worse.
And I gotta do an apology real quick. I was corrected in the chat. Yes, I apologize, Muggsy. It was RJ Cruz. My bad. That's my fault. My bad. RJ Cruz, not AJ Cruz. Sorry about that.
Oh, he was threatening to beat you up, not me. Okay, cool. Man, Brandon, you get beat up a lot by wrestlers.
No, so far I'm cool with Muggsy. I'm cool with Muggsy. I just, slip of the tongue. My bad.
He's not the kind to take that lightly.
No. Oh, my
No.
God.
But when you're that much stronger than your opponent, it's just a split second that can alter the momentum in your favor.
Ooh, man.
stalking Christina Von Eerie.
The thumbtacks being driven into her back.
Almighty.
You're putting that weight on the ribs with the thumbtacks in the back. Ugh.
Yeah, I watched this the other night in preparation for the show, and I will say I was kind of appalled. I mean, I've hugged Christina Von Eerie on 2 non-consecutive occasions, once 3 times in an evening, and like, I'm so glad I don't have to be in the ring with her, because the scariest part is that she got up.
Mike Vanek says she was on the show when we had the gas-powered weed whacker match with CJ Curse and Bobby Hart.
Yes, she was on that show. Mr. Black, are we just going to sit here and watch this 26-minute death match?
No, but I've been shocked and awe of what we are seeing right now.
I'm just saying, you were just quick switching through everything else.
Jordan says mohawks are cool.
Wrestling Fear CCW because of Masai.
That man is sadistic. Just be happy this is sanctioned. Otherwise, he would be in jail. This is the sort of shit you hear on Cops. And, like, he's getting paid to do this.
So let's go ahead and skip around a little bit. Yeah, Vanek, it is CZW. It is what they do. So now we have the double chairs stacked up for something to happen. As a staple on the show, Jordan is on drugs. Thank you, Mike.
Madam J and Alpha Zoe are in there talking about use of weaponry as hair. Zoe says it's cool as long as they aren't using his hair as a weapon. Which I've seen it. You know, we saw he had the shorter cut before. Now he's rocking some pretty slick dreads that are getting longer by the week. And I get it. I wouldn't want to use that as a weapon, too. You've been putting in some work on those, too. Just like everything else.
Madam J saying, oh, come on, we staple cash to arses with the staple gun at our shows.
Well, to be fair, the ass that you use is pretty gargantuan in a good way. And that thing is probably bulletproof. Like, I think if you shot Starlet O'Hara in the butt with a .45, you would get ricochet. And just one off to the skull cap for good measure.
All right, so, what just happened? Let's back that up a little bit. Something happened.
I was gonna say you just passed the most important part of this match.
Some kicks to the head. Oh, whoop. Not quite. Oh!
Powerbomb into a shattered plate of glass, which she did an off the top rope Hurricane Rana through that glass.
All right, Joe.
And then fat guy number 1 and fat guy number 2 interrupt the match.
Bebop and Rocksteady show up.
I think this would be more like Bebop and Goldar. Because when did you ever see Bebop and Rocksteady fight each other?
Oh, good point.
All right, now there is literally no more fighting between our two combatants. So
Yeah, we cut it there. But basically, Christina Von Eerie, damn.
Funny story about her. So the first time I met her, I was at the Fat Cat Music House and Lounge for a Pro Wrestling Bushido show. And I was standing out back with my twin brother, Dave Bell, having a smoke next to a friend of mine, Aaron Lewis. We're standing there, and Christina Von Eerie just happens to be in our circle, and we're all just chopping it up, talking and whatnot. And all of a sudden, Aaron does the lean over and kind of fart right at Christina Von Eerie, and she stops the conversation and proceeds to berate him for 5 solid minutes about how not only rude it is to stand there and point your ass directly at a woman while you fart at her, but to try and pass it off and then lie about it. And Aaron Lewis, I love him, great dude, but my God, I've never seen that cat get embarrassed and shamed into walking away. So that alone right there was the reason I had to pick Christina Von Eerie.
Well, I accept your pick. Speaking of Lewis, the wrestler I picked for my next pick has been in the scene for over 9 years. He has been seen in pretty much any California promotion you could think of. APW, East Bay Pro Wrestling, there's so many more. Best of the West, Big Time, like Big Time Pro Wrestling. He's been everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, the wrestler that I'm about to mention, he's a former SPW Heavyweight Champion, APW Tag Team Champion with Will Hobbs as Lion Power. He's a 3-time APW Tag Team Champion. He's also an SPW Extreme Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you... Where's my graphic at? Uh-oh. Oh, here we go.
I give to you this graphic I lost.
Marcus Lewis.
Whoo!
So this guy is pretty damn rad. And like, for the longest time, I have seen him wrestle live, probably like 5 or 6 times. But at the time, I don't know what I was doing. I was doing my usual thing where I don't pay attention, or I'm just completely flat out oblivious to shit. And I didn't know this guy's name. Like, I don't know what I was doing. It's my bad. But, like, I would watch his matches and watch him do his thing, and they're always great matches. But the only reason I would recognize who he was in the matches or keep it in my memory bank on who this wrestler was the awesome furry ensemble that he is wearing.
Not only that, but his lion's mane of hair
Yeah.
is also a sight to behold. And actually, did we not feature him in our last show against Daniel Torch?
Yes, we did. I had to think about that.
I was going to say, I'm unfamiliar. I believe I've seen him wrestle once at Bushido, but I have not got to see him wrestle again in person.
Yeah, so kid's one hell of a wrestler, and he definitely proves himself in this match that I found, where he takes on none other than Ray Phoenix. Let's see. Let's find about...
Kick out of that frustration set it has. The
Back
never
up,
say
back it
die
up.
attitude.
There
Let
we
me tell
go.
you something, because that is not an easy move to get out of.
This is not an easy match to call. I'm exhausted.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, folks at home, that was
I think this is big time wrestling.
done. And Ray Phoenix got to get his breath.
Correct. At least that's what the graphic said at first.
Right, you gotta put a
So Ray Phoenix, AEW's Ray Phoenix taking on Marcus Lewis.
Former tag team champion in AEW.
Right. Every time I see his hair, I always think he's a Streets of Rage character.
Like I said, between that and the furry trunks, I see a lion.
Yes.
My gas tank would be on empty, and I'd be in the hospital after
I'm gonna call it right now. This is gonna go to the time limit.
You know, that's right.
What are you saying, Vanek? Vanek says you think so, huh?
We're having so much fun. Right now, you know, I think it might be. I think it might be.
I don't think neither of these men are ready
Here
to
we
concede.
go.
Neither of these men are ready to give up. It's gonna go to
I do know the business picks up. These guys have been going pretty hard in the first part. Oh, there we go. Big kick. Streets of Rage 2. Yeah, buddy.
Neck of Marcus Lewis snapped back and rolled through. But Lewis, oh my God, where does he get the strength and energy to do that after getting caught in the bus with one of those? Lewis,
Whoa!
Dumps
by another standing
running shooting star press.
no.
Ray Phoenix kicks out at the last minute. I'm
What
telling
does
you right now.
Marcus Lewis have to do?
You can see the frustration set in Marcus Lewis. I mean, he doesn't know what else to do.
But you can't see the face of Phoenix. You don't know whether he's in pain or playing possum, Dave. That's the advantage with a masked wrestler. Now Lewis is coming in. Comes in strong.
What do we got here?
Couldn't read
Oh!
the eyes
Nice
of
kick.
this masked wrestler of Phoenix.
I'm telling you right now.
And he goes,
Nice spin kick from Phoenix.
very slow to his feet.
This could be it right now.
Oh, he's setting him up for something.
Whoa!
Kick. Whoa, ropes.
No, not quite, not quite. Nick Souza's training with BTW. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
To kick out of that, that was one of the most impressive sequences of holds I've ever seen.
I know he's slowed down a little bit to do a little family life, but I hope he gets back.
Not to mention record the Adrian album.
Well, that too.
That counts as family life.
Going up to that high rent district, Marcus Lewis
Whoa! Nice Pele kick, excuse me. Wow.
We all have our moments.
All right, here we go. Woo!
450.
No, not quite. But I'll go ahead and stop that there. Oh, I said I'll stop that there. Thank you. So, Marcus Lewis, he's been grinding for 9 or 10 years. He's usually the guy they put with, you know, if we have a legend coming through, if they have, you know, a building star coming through, somebody you know is going to go on to that next level, so to speak. Marcus Lewis is usually the guy they put him with.
I would like to see him in a match with Judas.
Judas?
You have not seen Judas yet?
No.
Oh, sadly he hasn't made it back up to Blacklist. I've only got to see him the one time, but him and Snipes put on an absolute classic.
Okay.
Absolute classic.
That's a new name for me.
Okay. Look him up. That's Judizz. Judas.
Judas. Okay. I'm all about it. Mr. Lunch.
Couldn't be a more respectful and humble gentleman either.
And speaking of gentlemen, I believe you have your next pick for me.
Oh my God. I'm going to go ahead right now and apologize because I do not believe there is any way in hell I am going to do this man any justice. Ladies and gentlemen, a recent inductee into the NorCal Hall of Fame, an international and almost every 50 state wrestled superstar, the one and only founding member of the Honor Society, Sir Samurai. And you couldn't get a better picture of the guy for that.
This is a good picture, man. This embodies everything that you love about Sir Samurai. He's fun. You know, his matches usually include some sort of comedic, you know, angle to him. Whether it's a hard-fought match or not, there is always something funny coming out, and his personality is S tier. It's awesome.
One of a kind, and more impressive when you check out his bio. Started as a ring announcer in 2002 and made his in-ring debut in 2003. Worked for 80 different companies, held 16 different champions, which include current PPW Tag Team Champion with Grizzly Cal Jack, current WCWF Tag Team Champion with Frost, former SPW Heavyweight Champion, Extreme Champion, Tag Champion, formerly wrestled for Charity Tag Champion, former DMW Champ, former WCWF IS Champion, former Bushido Tag Team Champion, former Vendetta Tag Team Champion, former Apex Pro Tag Team Champion, former NAW MySpace Champion, former East Bay Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champion. Has wrestled in 14 states as well as Canada. Been, once again, founding member of the Honor Society in 2004. Is the current, AIWF America's champion, and has defended that belt in West Virginia, North Carolina, and Idaho. Also will be debuting in Colorado for 2 different shows and doing a bull rope match on May 1st at Blacklist Pro Wrestling Championship Wrestling. And I can't believe I saved this for last, and that should show you this Sunday night, April 24th, in Elk Grove at the Outdoor Soccer Stadium. He will be wrestling on the SPW 20th anniversary show, One Supreme Night. The Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Yeah, buddy.
Who made the announcement himself in front of the AEW Rampage banner.
That's what you...
The man has had exactly 1,181 matches. How am I supposed to do this justice? How am I supposed to build this guy up as big as he is?
I don't know, but he is what you call an official journeyman.
a living legend. Not only does he have all of those ring accolades that we just listed, but he's also been a trainer too, including but not limited to Daniel Torch, a training partner of Timothy Thatcher, the handsome devil Anthony Rivera, and of course, best current heavyweight champion Johnny Butabi.
Correct.
If you're a good wrestler in Northern California, you've locked up with Sir Samurai at least once.
Yeah.
And if you haven't, fuck, man, you need to get on that. He's only wrestled 1,181 times.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got another 24,000 left in him.
Sir Samurai will never stop. The man is immortal.
And
He's a lich.
And this guy runs marathons too.
He runs marathons. He does triathlons. He goes everywhere to do them.
Yeah.
He's older than the majority of his contemporaries, and he outworks the majority of his contemporaries. Like I said, man, I cannot do this guy enough justice by saying nice things about him. One of the first wrestlers I ever met in Northern California. Always been a class act to me. Every second, every step of the way. And to see him continuing to accomplish greatness, oh my God. All I can say is endure.
With honor. Correct. So check this out.
Folks, this is one of our feature matchups tonight. It's the first time it's ever happened. We're going to see but he is yet to face the Samoan Werewolf. And don't let the looks fool you, Samurai.
So here's Sir Samurai in Phoenix Professional Wrestling.
Against Journey Fatu.
Yeah.
Here's the chance to put it back on. Samurai, noted triathlon runner. And he is going to put it
I like
back
how he
on.
put his tank top on to wrestle.
Well, see what I mean? There's always something funny and entertaining from his personality in every match that he does, whether it's a small quirk or the whole match.
Jacob,
Yeah. His showcase with Devin Danger where they were having Hindu squat competitions. And then the referee beat them both.
Yeah.
Samoan lineage.
And then they sat on the corner of the ring and had a heart-to-heart on the apron.
You can see he thinks he wants a shot at the PPW.
Just like that, he could flip a switch.
Samurai, though, drawing a line in the sand.
Well, he's a fun dude. He does this for the competition. He does this because he wants to go out there and test himself against the world. I used the term Ronin earlier with Alex Ace.
That's kind of like, to use a mainstream example, that's kind of what I think of Daniel Bryan. Yes, Daniel Bryan was in WWE, but before WWE, he was all over the world, and he went to AEW for the specific reason of just fighting new talent.
Oh, and he wipes it off.
I would up that and say more along the lines of John Moxley.
Well, some would say he
Daniel Bryan went to AEW. John Moxley went and toured the world and is still touring the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, he goes to the bare
Like,
foot.
he went and competed in the G1 to start off his post-WWE career.
Samurai going
Vanek
to
says
the
he has a
bare
video of
Jacob
him moonsaulting off a basketball hoop at SPW.
left leg entire.
I'm going to need that video up in my DMs, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty
Wily
rad.
veteran Vaughn
Like, we'll
biting
post
the
that.
toe
He's biting the
of
toe.
Jacob Fatu.
Hey, you know what? Taking away a Samoan's feet, I mean, just think, he can't kick anymore. He can't move anymore. He can't, you're taking away his base. So Samurai is not only a harsh physical competitor, he's cerebral.
Up, he's doing it again.
But it doesn't make it any less funny.
No.
Towards the insole of the foot, more so than the toe. You've seen Patrick Fitzpatrick, and you've seen a lot of joint.
But yeah, I see Sir Samurai posting all the time. He's always looking for new bookings all across the United States and the world.
Yeah, hey, I might wind up here this next week. Anybody got a booking for me? And the best part is he always scores one.
Yeah.
Oh, but he goes right back.
Now,
Well,
but
dude-
if it was only that easy to do that as a band.
And, Fatu, even though he wrestles in
I'm just saying, well, dude, Suburban Paranoia may have been around longer than Sir Samurai, but the workhorse version of it has only been around about 5 years since you showed up.
7, but yeah.
7, whatever. Either way, about 5, all right? Until you reach 10, it doesn't fucking matter. But Sir Samurai started in 02 with the business. He's 20 years of credibility, you know what I mean? So, like, there may be a lot of people that could talk about you or Suburban Paranoia, but how many people out there could talk about Sir Samurai?
A lot, actually.
Exactly, that's my point. So many.
He's trying to convince the crowd otherwise.
Vanek said he just wrestled a couple hours from my house. And you weren't there? Come on, Mike.
Right, he didn't call in and catch a bus or nothing.
Jacob Fatu not having any of it. Oh, but he's sent outside. Samurai suckered him in. And now Samurai perhaps with a dive, a baseball slide.
Once again, just the slick cerebral action. I fucking love Sir Samurai, dude. He faked the fucking tope suicida and then just hops out the ring and delivers a back elbow.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I made an error on where they were at. I said Phoenix Pro Wrestling. That's probably right, but they were actually at Phoenix in Petaluma. The Phoenix in Petaluma, not Phoenix, Arizona. So I'm looking in the background. I'm seeing all the graffiti on the walls. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And look at that crowd, dude. Like, just an outstanding house.
I'd like to get Blacklist or CWA up at the Phoenix. I mean territories. I know, I get it, but still.
We're Blacklist. We go wherever we want.
Okay. So we get the let's go up a little bit. Let's see what happens here.
A lot of different ways that Samurai has tried to go after Fatu, and they've all been
choo-choo. Oh!
That super kick was not. Oh!
Whoa!
Samoan drop.
That's a big man for a Samoan drop.
Showing off the strength, but
hey, hand on the rope.
Yep. Okay, so Sir Samurai, he's here to stay. Endure with honor. All the respect in the world.
Absolutely, one of the best to ever do it, and man, congratulations on your match coming up this weekend, and congratulations on all the accolades you've received, and in advance, congratulations on many more, because you deserve them, sir. Thank you for the hours of entertainment.
Yes. All right, so, whoa, what did I just do here? Uh-oh. Okay, so for my next pick, I have chosen yet another veteran to see your veteran. With 21 years experience, this individual, let's see, this individual has been a DMW XXX champion, an NAW light heavyweight champion, NAW tag team champion, let's see, PPW Golden State champion, best athlete of the East Bay champion, intergalactic tag team champion, on multiple occasions with Anton Voorhees, and WPW mid-card champion, and let's see, ACE Unified Tag Team champion, and more. This individual is also a pioneer in the trans and LGBTQ community. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dark Sheik.
Dark Sheik Khan Abadi.
That's right.
The one and only founder of NorCal Outlaw promotion Hood Slam out of Oakland, which, my God, have you seen the attendance on Hood Slam recently?
Oh, what would they range, like 2,000-3,000 at this point? Something like that?
Yeah, doing on the streets of Oakland? My God. My God, and that just speaks to not only her respect gained as a wrestler, but her respect gained as a promoter, as an important pillar of the community of Northern California wrestling. The Dark Sheik is doing huge things. Down there kicking ass at the Super Beast training compound, is the lead trainer over such wrestlers as Grizzly Cal Jack, Chris Crody, the Super Beast, the androgynous monster, Anthony Rivera, and so on. This is the lead trainer of that pack of killers.
You want to talk about the Bay Area? You want to talk about Bay Area pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen? Dark Sheik.
Dark Sheik recently debuted at, didn't debut at GCW because we are showing a match from GCW, but wrestled Joey Janela, the Bad Boy, last Saturday at GCW. Thank you, Trip Rogers, for the clips, by the way.
Well, I don't have those clips, but I do have a clip from Texas Wrestling where she takes on Nick Gage in a death match.
I'm sorry, say that properly, sir. That is Nick fucking Gage.
Let me go ahead and scoot it up a little bit.
Once again, somebody who understands the big dance. All of the huge crowds, the big moments, the pressure of being the underdog or the heel or even just being not the crowd's favorite. And it doesn't matter. She goes in there and takes on everybody. I like how the ref started with gloves on. No, it's a death match. Let's just go ahead and get this part out of the way.
Shave off a few seconds here. Whoa! A little foreshadowing into the barbed wire doors. Ow! And it looks like Nick fucking Gage was doing something to her face.
Well, I mean, Nick Gage is cool when you're just talking about him, but we were doing an introduction.
Ow.
That's horrid.
That's a puncture wound waiting to happen.
Several. An apartment closet door with barbed wire stapled to it being driven onto you by 222 pounds of felon.
I'll tell you what, man. I've ran into apartment doors before, but I've never ran into one with barbed wire.
In my old backyard federation, I was a contractor in my side gig. So we would take all the apartment doors and we would turn those into our tables with sawhorses.
He's got the light tubes. No good.
We did not.
No good can come from this.
We did not, however, have barbed wire.
Oh, Dark Sheik on the top rope. Oh! I felt that impact.
I was a high cross body just turned into a shoulder block. A flying shoulder block.
Chairs. Closet doors. Barbed wire. Light tubes. What other fun things are they gonna pull out for this match? Ooh.
It's a death match.
Here's light tubes. Oh my goodness. Ooh boy. Alright, let's scoot up a little bit. Oh, grinding into her forehead. With what? I can't tell. Oh, pizza cutter.
It's always the pizza cutter. Remember, that's why Domino's pulled their ads from AEW. Because right when he used the pizza cutter on Chris Jericho, the Domino's ad played picture in picture.
Yeah, they did.
I do wonder if that was planned.
All right. Showing the crowd again with the pizza cutter. Bringing that ultra violence that they know how to bring. Going from pillar to post with the pizza cutter. And rightfully so, everybody on their cell phones recording the gore as it's happening. Oh! Oh! Dark Sheik with the splits. Oh! Taking out the nads of Nick's fucking gauges. Oh, what does she got going on here? Oh! Oh, not quite. All right, so the point, ladies and gentlemen, is Dark Sheik is awesome. Dark Sheik is the Bay Area. Dark Sheik is Hood Slam. And you cannot say professional wrestling in the Bay Area without saying the name of Dark Sheik.
Absolutely not. Dark Sheik has done so much, like I said, not only as an in-ring competitor, but as a promoter and just a pillar of the community. So it was only right that she was featured on this particular episode. And this is something I want to make somewhat of a regular theme, just like we did tonight. Every couple months, we'll break this one out. Why? Because there's just so much fucking talent out there.
Yeah, there is.
And we have the privilege to work with and see the majority of these guys and gals on a semi-regular basis. So you'll see this show again with 10 more wrestlers.
That's right. But we got 2 more. I'll let you go last because it's somebody we know and love.
I appreciate that.
So let me pull up some of my information. It's a person we know pretty well. Let me just queue up their stuff. I did have to ask, if we, and I wasn't aware of this. I was not aware that this individual has been in the pro wrestling scene for over 10 years at this point.
Okay. I remember you shot me your list, but I made it a point to kind of forget most of it, just so that way I could be surprised.
Yeah. So, weighing in at 180 pounds, he has a style of lucha libre. Let's see. Wait a minute.
I don't believe this motherfucker only weighs 180 pounds.
He is a NAW Tag Team Champion with the Tejano Express and Kid Thunder. He is a Best of the West Coast Champion, former Best of the West Coast Champion. He has been the CWA Never, what was it?
Open Challenge Champion.
Every time I think about that, I always think of the New Japan Never Openweight title for some reason.
Yeah, Never Openweight title, yeah.
I don't know why. I always just do. It goes to my brain. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, most of you know him well in the scene. I introduce to you Diablo Azteca.
Ah, yes, Diablo Azteca. Most recently, we've seen in a title shot against Papahuesco at Blacklist in Dinuba. The night before, a title shot again alongside Kenny K in CWA, and somebody who just troops around, trains out of Pro Wrestling Revolution up in San Jose. I am not believing this motherfucker only weighs 180. Maybe previously, but with all the muscle he's packed on during COVID, like that's easily a 210 boy right there.
At least. Big shout out to Christina Von Erie showing up in the chat. What's up, CVE?
Thanks for joining us, champ. We appreciate you tonight. We did already cover you, but sit tight. We've got some more. Hey, maybe some potential opponents for you soon. I'm just saying.
Yeah, just saying. So,
because after what we showed, you fight everybody. So, but anyway, right now we're talking about Diablo Azteca.
That's right. So the match we've seen him thrive in CWA and Blacklist. He is challenged for every existing championship, it seems like so far. Has come short, but you know what? This is one of the shining stars of the Central Valley, and he is just going places. I'll tell you that.
you don't find yourself in so many title opportunities if you aren't a workhorse. The last match we were privileged enough to be ringside for was the 15-minute draw between he and Snipes. And what an incredible match that was to call. That crowd was on their feet well, I mean, of course they're on their feet. There's nowhere to sit at Strummers. But that crowd just had their breath collectively held. And the next time we go to Strummers, which I believe is June 5th, we will see Diablo Azteca and Snipes in an Iron Man match.
Yeah, buddy. That's how you do it. So, with that being said, as I scour the webs, there was lots of matches. I wanted to find something that was semi-recent, and the most recent thing I could find was Mr. Diablo Azteca taking on Daniel Torch at CWA. Let's check this out.
And everything going on. Now he looks like he's bulked up so he can hit those power moves and make sure he can lift, throw, and crush people the way he should.
Yes, and that is the voice of Box and I.
Sorry about that.
Longer than I have had more relationships. Most relationships.
Daniel Torch is your bestie.
Now let us find out who his mystery opponent will be.
Like, Daniel Torch is a hell of a guy. We talk a little smack about D-Torch all the time. In all reality, that's one of my favorite vets out there. Such a good style. Encompasses everything great about wrestling in the Northern California area. But we do like to talk a lot of trash about him because he looks like he smells like pee.
The one and only.
All right, so let's skip forward as Daniel Torch makes his appearance. Let's see.
This guy knows his stuff, so if anybody's going to stand a challenge, Daniel Torch might be that.
This was so good because they're somewhat outside of Diablo being a little more musculature. They really are mirror images of each other. Two masters of the mat that can do it all on the ground, and they also can both take to the air and provide that aerial assault that just wows a crowd and keeps them on the edge of their seats all night long. Which was actually the #1 song on my birthday in '83, but we won't talk about Lionel Richie on this show. We might get sued.
Some utter disrespect. Daniel Torch.
This is the ring Brandon was hurt in, but it is not the event Brandon got hurt at. Thank you for asking, Jordan.
Oh, nice little cartwheel.
For the record, I have since recovered.
Bring it in. Big frog. Alley-oop.
Oh, here's some of that athleticism.
That lucha libre style.
Diablo Azteca is also the same guy who has taken Papo Esco to the limit.
Monkey flip. Oh, right over the ropes.
Daniel Torch landing outside.
That he did in front of about 300 screaming fans in Danuba. Like, honestly, man, I'm so sad you're not going to be there on May 1st with, when we get to see Diablo back in action. Because after that sellout last time, we have to move to the outdoor soccer arena.
Oh, man.
Giving some of that disrespect back that Daniel Torch has been showing.
Plancha over the ropes into the crowd, and ladies and gentlemen, with no barricade, this becomes more dangerous than ever.
Referee Steve trying to get the action back to the ring.
I feel like Referee Steve has been the one we put over the most on here. I'm so glad he cut his hair.
Wait, he cut his hair?
Well, I think he lost most of it, but either way. I can relate.
I feel like Daniel Torch will be full of excuses and full of surprises. However, man, the possibilities are endless. This crowd getting behind.
Man, I wish we could have had more cameras on the ground for this one. You saved the day with this one, though. You really did. You were the only working camera in the house.
Yeah, and this was the first show back.
Yeah, this was back to business at Atwater on August 1st last year.
We had the whole pandemic and all that other good stuff going on, so we didn't have any shows. This is the very first show back. This is my first show doing anything, so a little special to me.
our collective CWA debut, because I that was the first time CWA hired us for commentary.
Right.
Is that a finger? Oh God. Manipulating the fingers.
Oh no.
I felt that
No.
from our announce position, Brandon.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, my butt hurts after that one. I felt that all the way down to my spine. Yeah, I had some tingles. Ooh, he's working on the hands.
No, and what a way to kick it off. This is our inaugural match. This is the first time the bell had been rang at CWA since 2019. And it was actually 2018. Because CWA hadn't done a show yet in 2019. So, like, this was, or I'm sorry, no, 2019 would be correct. But this was just glorious, man. The energy in that building was so electric. And California, NorCal was treated to such an incredible opening match between these two.
They haven't seen a crowd like this in over 2 years. All right, so I'll go ahead and fade out for now, but basically a fan favorite everywhere he goes. Diablo Azteca, look out for him. He's not hard to miss.
Hell of a nice guy and an incredible competitor. If you are considering going to a wrestling show, you should go to it anyway. But if you see Diablo Azteca on the card, bro, buy your ticket right now and tell them the Boss in the Box sent you.
Speaking of Boss in the Box, I gotta say, I'm enjoying these wrestlers. You know, I challenge you and I, next time we do this, to find some wrestlers that we're not friendly with.
Done. No problem.
Yeah. You know, so some new blood that we're not as familiar with.
Hey, it's hard to not find wrestlers in California that I'm not friends with, dude, because every time I think I don't know everybody, I go to another show and I start shaking hands.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not calling you out. It's not a call out by any means. It's just a challenge.
Christina Von Erie asks, who do we hate the most? Me personally, even though I'm wearing their shirt right now, the BLE. Fuck the BLE. Jason Hastings can suck one. Trip Rogers especially can go fuck himself under a rock somewhere. Like,
those are my boys.
Fuck the BLE. Fuck the BLE.
You know, if we're fucking people, I gotta say fuck the Bite Club. They want to come up in my face and, you know, punch me. They want to kick me. They want to put wrenches to my nose. They got another thing coming.
Maybe you shouldn't touch a man's mask, and maybe you should shut up when your boys take an honest loss. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
They don't pay me to be smart, man.
Clearly.
All right, man. The main event for the evening. Give me your last pro wrestler that people should know of.
Ladies and gentlemen, what list would be complete without royalty? What list would be complete without a monarch of mayhem? What list would be complete without the king? Ladies and gentlemen, this should come as no surprise to you. My final wrestler this evening is friend of the show, Blacklist Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, United Wrestling Network Television Champion, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Openweight Champion. Oh, I'm sorry, Pro Wrestling Revolution Openweight Champion, former Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Tag Team Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the Beast from the Bodega, Gorilla Rey Gordo, the King Fat Boy. But more importantly, you can just call him the Champ, Papo Esco.
No surprise at all. This guy has been killing the scene for the last few years now. And
we may have got a threatening letter because he wasn't on our initial list when we did this show the first time back in December. I may have woke up to some threats. And when this man looks at you sideways, you're already like, what do you need from me? How can I help you? But when he starts telling you that he's a little mad and the only reason he's not coming to your house right now is because you featured his best friend, Danny Limelight, that's when you just go ahead and say, okay, next time you got it. And once again, like Brandon said, tearing it up, man. All those 3 titles I have listed have been won since we did the last episode. So all he did was give us something to talk about.
Dude, and the best thing about Papo is even when he's being nice, he's still threatening. He's still scary. This I got to do a little training with him, and he's still intimidating when he's being nice and encouraging, and it's it's the craziest thing.
He's just a big, scary dude. And by the way, Christina Von Eerie, great job correcting that name, because when Blacklist got his name wrong, his response was to show up and choke whoever he fought and then get in Leo Border's face for fucking his name up. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Andrew Arch that he laid waste to.
Yeah. I make a lot of linguistic mistakes, verbal mistakes. I make a lot of verbal mistakes. It's part of who I am. Sometimes I cannot help it. This is one of those things that I have gone on to correct as much as I can. So when I was first getting introduced to who Papo Esco is and was and are and whatever, I would make the mistake of Papa.
And I remember correcting the fuck out of you too.
All the time. And it's not anything malicious. It just happens. But when I heard the stories of what he has done to people for mispronouncing his name, I made good on that.
He is a 2-time guest of our show. He has been on for his own episode, which was a fucking blast. And he also was a contestant on Pay the Price, to which his only legitimate loss I've ever seen, because that disqualification to Manny Mars doesn't count because the ref had already said it was over, is to Madam J on our show. So we do extend the hand that whenever we get that some bullshit happening live from Stonecutter Manor, he is invited to come and challenge for his title back.
Okay.
So just saying, if he's out there watching. And you can catch Gorilla Ray Gordo this Thursday at United Wrestling Championship. United Wrestling and Championship Wrestling from Hollywood at Oxnard Levity live TV tapings. The Sunday at Pro Wrestling Revolution San Jose Street Fair in San Jose. May 5th, Pro Wrestling Revolution in Gordon Bierce Night Market in San Jose. The 7th, Pro Wrestling Revolution at PayPal Stadium in San Jose. Wow. May 17th, United Wrestling Championship Wrestling at Irvine Improv Tapings. May 13th at PCW Ultra, Friday the 13th. At the ILW Union Hall in Wilmington, California. The 26th, Pro Wrestling Revolution at Gordon Bierce Night Market in San Jose. And most importantly, June 5th, Blacklist Pro Wrestling back at Strummers. The King Fat Boy will be defending his title for the third time.
So what you're trying to tell me is he's busy.
He's a very busy man, an outstanding wrestler, dude. This guy has made it very clear. All he ever wanted was to wrestle one match. All he ever asked for after he became a career wrestler was a spot on the roster, a jersey, if you will, to be on the team. Every organization he has went to, every federation he has wrestled for, he has touched gold, if not by winning it, by at least competing against its champions. The cat is a couple years older than me and you. If this man somehow one day stands atop WrestleMania as our WWE champion, the only part of that would surprise me is if he didn't offer to buy us shots for it.
Christina Von Eerie says, have a show that features him called Papo Pops You, the best of Papo.
And guess what? Just as soon as we finish putting him over, he shows up in the goddamn chat. Just like every other time.
Every time, man. Every single time. You got that right, dude. Like,
we should just have him as a standby guest. I should just tell him, log on to Skype and sit there. I might call you. Just so that way we know he's watching the show.
This has happened. I swear to God, this has happened at least 3 or 4 other times where we are singing the praises of Papo Esco.
And as soon as we say the nicest thing we can say, then he shows up in the chat. No, man, for real. Papo Esco is somebody that I have appreciated and connected with because of the fact that just like a Mick Foley, he's not your athlete that spends 21 hours in the gym a day. He's not your technical mat wrestling classic clinic provider. What he is that guy that's going to punch you in the mouth. And when you hit the ground, he's going to stomp you till you stop moving. And then he's going to take your title. He shows up to rob the house. And alongside Danny Limelight and Slice Boogie, I think these 3 can conquer the world and welcome everybody to the bodega, where you can get whatever you need, including a beatdown. Luckily, we're in the booth, so we don't have to worry about it.
Maybe I'll shut my mouth long enough to not get beat down for once.
You wouldn't mouth off to him. I know. I've seen you back down from him.
Yeah. All right, so let's check out this match. So, we got a pretty good match. I was going to choose another match. Did you know he faced off against MVP?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I ended up watching that earlier, and that was pretty awesome. So,
by the way, Christina Von Eerie, being as Papo is in the chat now, if he wants to do the Papo Pops You chat or challenge, hey, we can work on filming that. But if I ever get my secondary show off the ground, a seat at my table, which is where I cook dinner, he's my first guest.
All right, so we gotta skip a little bit.
Championship. Earlier, we heard online Papo Esco some words for Levi Shapiro saying you're timeless. Well, I say it's time's up.
And it could be as Papo Esco charging right in to kick things off here. This street fight
take it on. Is that Levi Shapiro?
Papo
yes.
Stomping away at the champion.
For the United Wrestling Network Television Championship, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and I gotta say, the TV production here is phenomenal.
United Wrestling Network, man, that is as said on the movie How High, that's a joint I want to roll up. Like, I think I could be a better Joaquin than John. I mean, you could invite your boy David.
Oh, you could definitely run with the best of them, that's for sure. And this was more of a street fight, kind of hardcore match that they have going on here. As you can tell, Papo's not exactly in his wrestling gear, per se.
It was Papo Esco that says, hey, strength in numbers, took him under his wing, and then, of course, just strapped a...
You know what? He doesn't need to be. That's part of it, man. Like, when he shows up and delivers beatdowns in his vest, like, that's when he's on his best.
In the Bodega street fight, Levi Shapiro stuck in the corner store.
Yeah, the Bodega street fight, that's what it was.
And if we thought that Papo Esco wasn't dangerous enough in a ring,
and you know what the crazy thing is? King Fat Boy has gotten leaner and meaner and doing all that fucking strength and conditioning with Danny Limelight and Slice Boogie has just turned him into a new animal. One of the things he's always said to me aside when talking to him, and I ask him about his malicious actions, his response is, I'm not a bad guy. You just see me that way. And when he walked out at Blacklist, we talked about the fact that against Toxic Trent, the hometown boy, halfway through the match, the crowd split 50-50. And when he pinned Trent, that entire place exploded. When he pinned Tony Vargas to become your inaugural Blacklist Pro Wrestling champion, that place exploded. When he walked out against Diablo Azteca, of course, the good Mexican folks of Dinuba were behind their home country hero. By the end of the night, all the dads were chanting King Fat Boy.
That's right.
And when he walked out at Blacklist last time to announce that Tony Vargas was injured and he had the night off, and he said he was going to come out and do shots with everybody, that place lost its shit. And Trip Rogers ruined that moment, by the way. I just want to say once again, fuck you, Trip Rogers.
You know, I'm always gonna root for Trip Rogers, but you know what? Like, I love you, Trip, but you and Papo, I had to bet against you, man. You know, I made a.
you were in over your head, bro.
I made a lot of money that night. By the way, Papo just attacked Levi with Doritos. That...
and just all over the building. And I remember we were some of the first people to be privy to the information that he was going to Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, which also includes the United Wrestling Network. And so we've got to see his ascension from the beginning.
I wonder how many bodega street fights we have seen so far, or not seen, but have been in existence so far. So here's one.
And he's begging off.
It's probably a wise move.
I don't think it's gonna do him any good. Mercy is not the Beast's strong suit.
No. Scoot it up a little bit. Getting those big legs up into the face of Levi Shapiro. Big clothesline in the middle of the ring.
And the thing about it is, man, Papo is a big dude who throws beatdowns, but he doesn't get enough credit for his ring acumen. The thought that he puts behind everything he does. He's not just a big bad bully. He's a ring general in there. He knows where he's at all times. And even if, like in a moment, like we just witnessed, where his opponent figures out what he's got scouted next, he turns it around on them in short order.
Wait, what did he just get attacked with? Let's see here. Levi with a big elbow drop.
Levi Shapiro is another one that we could cover.
It's a name that I have seen over and over again, but this is the first time I've actually seen him.
Dude, I mean, if you realize what's Papo Esco wrestling for, his title. You know, it's dudes earned his stripes. Once again, that's not who we're covering. But the point is a lot of these guys we're seeing wrestle have wrestled each other. And think about that. All the talent we showcase to you. And there's Danny Limelight. And there's Brass Knuckles.
Wait a minute. Those are illegal.
This is a street fight, sir.
No. They're illegal. You can't have Brass Knuckles.
It's a street fight. If he wanted to pull a knife on and slice Boogie Rings, the bodega out in force, boom! And ladies and gentlemen, there was the coronation of the king. Your United Wrestling Network television champion, Papo Esco. And that was the first of not one, not two, but 3 belts that he has claimed since this moment.
All right, so yeah, man, Papo Esco on the rise, and he is shooting up to the skies.
Like I said, if that WrestleMania main event moment comes and you hold the title, I just want a shot of Jameson backstage. That's all I'm asking for.
That's what's up. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 151 of Talking Shop.
152.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. 152 of Talking Shop with the boss and the box. Tell them what we're doing next week.
Well, before we get to that, I want to thank all of the wrestlers that we covered tonight that showed up tonight. Christina Von Eerie, Alpha Zoe, Muggsy Cruz, and of course, King Fat Boy Papo Esco. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. We really appreciate it. I appreciate you giving me the insight onto you guys so we can try and do your careers justice. Make sure you check out all the wrestlers I just named, plus the Dark Sheik, Sir Samurai, Marcus Lewis,
Alex Ace,
Alex
Muggsy Cruz,
Ace.
the world's
I
freshest
thank
tag team.
Cruz for joining us.
Yep.
So either way, thank you for the hours of entertainment that we've consumed, for the chance to cover you tonight, and for all the times we will hang out and see you tear it up in the ring from here on out. Now, after us, join our sister show, the Mike Vanek Sucks podcast, Sounds from the Underground, where Mike Vanek will play all of your favorite heavy metal, punk rock, and classic rock all night long for you to fall asleep to. Moving on as to what Brandon said, next week, we will be doing something a little different that we haven't done yet. We want to do it for 150. The collector showed up at my house, so we had to scrap it. We'll be doing a best of Talking Shop with the Boss and the Box. I've compiled a few things that, some moments that have made you laugh, made you cry, made you care. And we're going to share those and react. Also looking back at how we've improved as a podcast. This journey, 152 episodes deep. And how we've just gotten better. The moments, the guests, the things that have made you stick with us. All of you that we appreciate so much. Primarily Madam J, Jordan, and Mike Vanek. But all of you that just showed up tonight, please come on back next week.
Come on back now, you hear? So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brandon the Boss Blacker, and you can find me on Instagram at Boss Blacker. You check out all my band stuff, all my commentary, announcing gigs, whatever I choose to post on there. Go check out my band Suburban Paranoia on all social media platforms. Come grab tickets for Power Glove and Suburban Paranoia on May 1st at the Goldfield Trading Post in Sacramento. Also, come on out to at least the one I'm going to be at CWA on May 7th, and that's going to be back in, where's that again? It's
Atwater.
Thank you. So, all right, so check it out. Lunchbox, where can they find you?
All right, let's go ahead and start with the band. You can find my band Nothing But Losers on Facebook, Nothing But Loser on Instagram, Losers on Instagram, and Nothing But Loser, that is no S, on Twitter. We will be playing live May 7th at the Goldfield Trading Post with Wednesday 13 on the 20 Years of Terror Tour, alongside our freak show fellas in No Silence from Modesto, the Three Ring Circus. Wednesday 13, Nothing But Losers and No Silence all together one night. $21, all ages. Bring yo kids and hit your buddy Lunchbox up for tickets. I accept Venmo, PayPal, Facebook Pay, and Zelle. Or we can meet up in person. Remember, all tickets come with a boob shot of the loser of your choice. Could be me, Dave Bell, JoJo, Aaron, or the Rick. We will send them to you. Martina does not count. Nice try, but we're not falling for it. Now, as for me personally, you can find me at Dave Ussery on Facebook. Yep, hit me up. Real name, I don't care. Slide up in my DMs. You can find me at the Almighty Lunchbox on Instagram. Once again, share some memes with me. Let's bullshit. But most importantly, you can find this show at Talking Shop with the Boston Box on Facebook. Don't forget to join the Talking Shop with the Boston Box Facebook discussion group, where we bullshit about all the bullshit you want to bullshit about all day, every day. You can also find us at Talking Shop with the Boston Box on Instagram, and make sure you subscribe and watch all the videos on Talking Shop with the Boston Box on YouTube. Everything we do lives forever. We're available on Buzzsprout, Spotify, and Stitcher. Now, you can find my golden voice out at Blacklist Pro Wrestling on May 1st in Dinuba, California at the Dinuba Football Club. You can find me at Taco Fest in Modesto. Hopefully Brandon will be joining me, but if not, it's what it is. Taco Fest, downtown Modesto, $10 all day. Tacos, wrestling, live bands, booze, you name it, we got it. Come see it. You can also find me in your wife's, mother's, and sister's dreams.
All right, my friends, good night, good luck. See you next week.
153. Let's talk some bullshit. We hope you're ready to hear about a guy pulling a car with his balls. Me cleaning up human shit. Brandon getting chased by men covered in jizz. And more. Live next Monday night on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, Pacific Standard Time.
Good night, everybody.